everybody. I'm here with Marcus, PropHatCat, on all the socials. You should follow him. He is demystifying air traffic control. What is this video?
ILS 06.
And this video have in common.
We're going to talk about that. I had a TCAS-RA about 6 months ago in the Citation. We're going to talk about what happens on my side and his side, and hopefully give you a little insight as to how everything happens. Come along for the ride. All right, guys, welcome. Marcus was having a little fun with the controllers asking if they knew PropHatCat. If you're not following PropHatCat, it's PropHatCat on all the socials. We'll pop it up right here for you to look at. The reason I asked Marcus to come flying with me is because of the TCAS-RA that I had about 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago, coming into Wilmington, and I've been trying to get controllers to talk, and Marcus said he would love to come along on a Citation flight and talk about it, so here we are. A little bit of background is we were just descending into the Wilmington area. I was talking to Wilmington Approach. They had given us a descend and maintain 3000, and we were doing that, but I also saw another aircraft turning toward us about 300 feet below us as we were leveling out at 3000. I happened to be flying with a first-time pilot. She was flying the aircraft, and I saw it on here that the guy was getting close, and I informed her right away. I said, if we get a TCAS-RA, it's my airplane, because she was still getting used to the controls and everything. I didn't want her handling it. And sure enough, we got a TCAS-RA, and I responded to it. Just before we got the RA, they had asked the other plane to turn away from us. That's the big background, and what I kind of want to do is like demystify from the air traffic control and from my side. Obviously, most of my viewers saw the video, and we're going to play the video here. So take a look at the video. This is how we handle a TCAS-RA in the airplane. I'm going to throw speed brakes back out because you're not slowing down quick enough, and you're already at idle. You see the airport out there? It's over there?
I do.
Okay. $1,000 to go. Probably keep it at idle.
Okay.
Yeah, see it starting to creep back up again.
Sirius 3 Mike Whiskey, maintain your presence.
You'll just have to come in with a lot of it once you level out.
Tower 119.9er, good day.
So we got somebody.
Wilmington Omega 71 Heavies with you, 11,000. Information Tango.
We gotta watch this.
Requested vectors, ILS 06.
If we get a TCAS-RA,
Sirius 3, discretion on number 3, Sierra Romeo, if you can.
it's my airplane,
right,
okay?
To the south for me. I've got a Citation.
Yeah.
That's
Now watch your airspeed while we're leveling out.
Southbound.
He's out here.
Citation 2, Whiskey Bravo, traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles, turning southbound at 2,700.
Yeah, we're looking for him, 2 Whiskey Bravo. Is he gonna turn southbound?
Traffic.
Omega 71 Heavy, Wilmington approach, Wilmington altimeter 2, Christian 3026, say your request again.
3026, vectors, ILS 06, full stop.
Omega 71 Heavy, you can expect it.
2 Whiskey Bravo, TCAS-RA gliding.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, ready.
Level off. Clear of conflict.
2 Whiskey Bravo, clear conflict.
Citation 2 Whiskey Bravo, roger. Descend and maintain 2,000.
Okay, your airplane. Descend, maintain 2,000, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
My airplane.
Your airplane.
Citation 2 Whiskey Bravo, traffic 11 o'clock, 3 miles, turning southbound at 2,700.
Yeah, we're looking for him, 2 Whiskey Bravo. Is he going to turn southbound?
Traffic.
Omega 71 Heavy, Wilmington approach, Wilmington altimeter 2, Christian 3026, say your request again.
3026, vectors, ILS 06, full stop.
Omega 71 Heavy, you can expect it.
2 Whiskey Bravo, TCAS-RA gliding.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, ready.
Level off. Clear of conflict.
2 Whiskey Bravo, clear conflict.
Citation 2 Whiskey Bravo, roger. Descend and maintain 2,000.
Okay, your airplane. Descend, maintain 2,000, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
My airplane.
Your airplane. Well, that's going to be a good one for the video. I'm going to throw these back out. And now, while we're handling it, we call to you. What do you guys do when we call TCAS-RA, 282 Whiskey Bravo to TCAS-RA, and I'm responding to an RA.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we've given you the traffic call or traffic alert or a traffic advisory.
And they did. Wilmington did in this circumstance.
But if you're not talking to that plane, if they're just VFR piddling around, you can't really do anything. You can move the person that you're talking to, or, you know, if you're confident that the guy's going to stay at that altitude, you're like, he's, you know, 5,500 unverified.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been changing altitude. I don't know, just kind of reassure the pilot, like, maybe he'll stay, but keep an eye out. But, you know, airplane systems are built worst case scenario. So maybe he had a updraft or something and said,
2339, 35.
this airplane's going to get close to you. So it said, hey, climb or descend or whatever. Because that's the first question that our quality control people will say. It's like, did you call the traffic?
And they did.
Did you call the traffic to that plane? Okay, cool. Next is, don't do anything. We're not supposed to touch anything. So we don't tell you anything. You say you're responding. Okay, cool. I'm not doing anything to you.
Right. Okay. So when I say TCAS-RA to you, you're like, you don't respond or anything.
Yeah.
I do what the airplane tells me to do. In this case, it said climb.
Yep.
And we did.
And whenever you say we're having an RA, you're like, okay, hey Soup, do us Bravo at an RA. When the Soup comes down, write down your flight strip. We'll print out a flight strip if we need to, and then they'll go and tell the operations manager. The operations manager then does magic stuff on like a reporting system, because that's the mandatory occurrence report. It's called an MOR. And so we have to submit it, hey, this person had an RA, and then they run it's called Falcon, which is like a playback of the situation that happened, to hopefully get an understanding of why it happened. And then they type in that MOR and they send it to the FSDO. And then the FSDO then investigates whatever happens with it. Sometimes, you know, you didn't do anything wrong. The other guy did something wrong, so they may call him or be like, hey, are you aware that this happened? But that's basically all we do on our end. And as a controller, you know,
you should, like you said, you shut up, right?
Yeah, you shut up.
So I respond to it. My airplane, as you see in the video, will, once we're clear of the other airplane, it'll say clear a conflict, which then I tell you, to Whiskey Bravo, clear a conflict.
And they're like, okay, when able.
Yeah, when able to, that's what they said, when able to send and maintain this and fly this heading. And that was the gist of it from my side and your side, but what people aren't seeing is what happens behind the scenes. So it is kind of cool to hear that.
And then, I mean, even if you wanted to be like, hey, you could call the tower, or you could call the sector, write down the sector that you're in, or whatever that was happening, and you could call the facility and be like, hey, I just had this, and you could be like, this is what I was doing, this was that person, you know, you could tell your side of the story, because we're not going to say, hey, possible pilot deviation, advise you call center.
Correct.
Because it's not a brasher.
And it's funny you say that. I'm friends with a lot of the controllers there at Wilmington, and I did, after I got on the ground, I gave a call to one of them and told them what happened and everything. And
or sometimes you don't know what happened, like, why is that guy so close?
Yes.
You know, like, okay. But regardless, that RA goes to the further investigation. I think it gets submitted in like the NASA stuff on our end, and then the pilot can fill out one of those as well. I think should fill out. Yeah,
should fill out, and that is a mistake that I made, that I didn't fill it out, but because of all your viewers, all my viewers, great viewers, they did point it out, which is how I got in contact with you, because it was always my understanding that when I reported it to you, that was good enough, because it would get filed into the NTSB. And in your research, you did uncover that does happen. So it's not like I was wrong there, but I should still call the NTSB and report it on my own, and I'll obviously know that for the next time.
Let's pause the flight for a moment to clear up something I didn't explain very well. There are actually two different reporting requirements related to a TCAS Resolution Advisory. The first is the report you make to air traffic control by transmitting 2 Whiskey Bravo TCAS-RA. This call is only required if you're deviating from the ATC clearance because of the Resolution Advisory. The regulatory language for this requirement is found in FAR 91-123 and is highlighted below. If you don't have to deviate from your clearance, for example, if you receive a don't sink or a don't climb advisory, you don't need to make that report. It's possible to receive one of these advisories when you already have the other traffic in sight and it's passing about 500 feet above or below you. The second reporting requirement applies after you've deviated from your clearance. Under 49 CFR 830.5A10, you must notify the NTSB if, while operating on an IFR flight plan, you receive a TCAS Resolution Advisory that was necessary to avert a substantial risk of collision. This is highlighted below. Now, back to the flight.
And you know, as a controller, I don't know that.
Correct.
The only thing that we're trained is don't touch them, and then whenever they're done with it, say, okay, when able, proceed, you know, or descend to maintain or climb to maintain or whatever. And that's the end of it. That's it. That's all we had to do.
That's how it was in the plane. Like, you guys saw the video. It was, I took the control from Courtney, and I flew the RA, and I reported clear a conflict, and that was it. In fact, you know, we happened to be recording that day, so I made just a funny comment. Well, that's going to be a good one for the for the video. And then we went on about our business. It's like, you know, I don't want to say it happens every day, but it happens, and that's what the systems are here to protect us from.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question, so most people don't know. We were talking to Wilmington Approach, but Wilmington Approach is not a Class Charlie or a Class Bravo. We are a TRSA.
Yeah.
What's a TRSA?
TRSA, I believe, is a terminal radar service area.
Yeah, I believe. I guess they're very similar to Class Charlies.
They're like a Class Charlie's younger, like, stepchild, like brother or something.
Yeah, when I grew up flying, it was we had TRSAs down in Fort Lauderdale. And
it was basically, I think, the mentality of it, and I'm just speculating here, but like, you don't need the restriction of, you don't have the traffic volume for the restriction of a Charlie where you have to have two-way radio communications within 20 miles of an airport, right? Within the Charlie.
Yeah.
2612, JetBlue.
Yeah, and
because you don't have to talk to the radar controller in a TRSA.
And that is
like
the
negative
big thing.
TRSA is the thing, right? You depart. It's normally around a delta too, which is interesting.
Yep.
Because you depart the delta.
Wilmington
like
is
TRSA.
Yep.
301, contact
And
center on 128.65.
to talk a little bit more about what happened is the plane that actually encroached on us was originally not talking to Wilmington. They were monitoring but not talking. They never called them, never got two-way communication. And for the purpose of the video, I'm not revealing the tail number. But if somebody is watching this video, you'll see why, or you'll see what I'm talking about here. Pass it along to the pilot, and be careful about where you're flying and drawing these pictures in the sky. They're really cool, but he happened to be doing it right across the arrival procedure or arrival corridor, the ILS of runway 6 at Wilmington. And prior to it encroaching on us, he encroached on another aircraft shooting a GPS approach into Wilmington. And Wilmington just reached out and said, hey, are you on frequency? They happened to be on frequency, so they answered and they turned south.
And that's, I mean, if this was an interesting situation, but
yes.
Normally, if you don't want to talk to ATC with flight following or whatever, if you know the frequency, just monitor it. So that they can reach
so it
out
was
to
great
you
that he was
and be
monitoring.
Like, hey,
yes.
that's a great practice to do, especially in like the Northeast if you can't get flight following because it's so busy. If you know the frequencies that you're supposed to be on, which you can find generally on a low altitude chart or on a VFR sectional, then
go ahead and monitor.
Just go ahead and monitor it.
Yeah.
You know, and then maybe the next controller will be able to give you flight following.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
So I mean, even if they can't do flight following, you'd be like, okay, what's the next guy I'll be talking to's frequency, and I'll try that.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, cool. Here you go. I think that's a good little piece of advice.
Yeah. So Wilmington saw him encroaching on another aircraft shooting a GPS approach, and they called him up, and he was there. So he did answer, and they asked him to turn away from him. Well, again, here's the picture. He was drawing Kachow. I had no idea what Kachow was. My 21-year-old co-pilot said, oh, that's from Cars, apparently Disney Cars. Well, they were drawing that in the air, so they turned away near the end, but as they were starting to draw the W, they turned back toward us. You can hear on our audio that Wilmington did call the traffic out to me. I was looking for him. I couldn't find him. They did tell him to turn southbound because he was getting close to me. He did turn southbound, but it was just kind of slow, and it still caused the RA. Another thing that a lot of people chimed in on, and I wanted to talk about too, was I had pointed out the traffic to Courtney and that we might be getting close to it, and that I'm going to handle the TCAS-RA. Well, a lot of people chimed in and said, why didn't you just turn away from them if you knew we were getting close to them? I was on an IFR flight plan. He was not. So maybe you can talk about that, because I've tried to explain that to my viewers, but I'm on an IFR flight plan. I should be doing what you guys are telling me to do, correct?
Yeah. So if you're on an IFR flight plan, you can't deviate off that flight plan unless air traffic control tells you you can deviate off the flight plan.
Or in an emergency procedure.
In an emergency situation, or if RA tells you to climb or descend.
Correct. So the reason I didn't turn, and I had to answer a lot of people asking the same question over and over, is because I wasn't on an IFR flight plane. We may never have gotten that RA. If he would have turned a little quicker, he would have been out of my way. I think it got as close as 1.5 miles and 300 feet. So it wasn't like super close, but it was close enough for the computers to say, you need to climb. And that's the only time you deviate from your flight plan. The 282 Whiskey Bravo TCAS-RA is letting you know I'm deviating from the flight plan. And then the clear of conflict is letting you know I'm done. You can do with me what you need to do.
I'm returning to my previous clearance.
Correct, yes. So, I'm glad we cleared that up, and I'm glad we have the chance to sit here and talk about this.
Maybe he'll give us this traffic call.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We may or may not see him because we're bouncing in and clouds here. But there you go. As a traffic controller, you don't have to call him out, right? Because he's level and we're level.
So if the tips touch on our little stingers, then you have to call the traffic.
Interesting. And I'm going to guess they're not touching here. He looks like he's going to pass behind us.
He's probably going to pass behind us. But, I mean, it's still within... I mean, our stinger is also like 3 miles wide.
Yes.
So like, it's
stinger. That's interesting. I did not know that's what it was called.
It's called a vector line, so we can run it out really.
Yeah. So like if you're looking at on traffic on 4 flight, I think gives you that. Yep. There he is. Right. Well, that's above us.
Yeah.
He's 1,000 above us. Yep. There he is right there.
Yes, sir. We'd like to put 410 on request
That's
for
cool.
South 2030.
And we do that because that guy looks like he could be at our altitude.
Yes.
Right? Visually. Yeah. And so merging target procedures say, hey, don't worry, this guy is separated from you.
Yep.
And I mean, it was made before you had all this ADSB stuff with that. And so that's why we do it. But yeah, so he didn't call that because we weren't merging.
Yep.
But I mean, still can see him.
Yeah, we're still, what did we wind up? Like 3 miles away?
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you can think of, like talking about TCAS-RAs?
Yeah, we're really just not supposed to do anything. That's the takeaway. You tell us that you're doing something, we're saying, okay.
Yep.
Hands off until you tell us that you're returning back to your clearance. At which point we're like, okay. And then you just move on.
I guess one more thing that I would talk about. So when you watch a video, you hear me say TCAS 282 Whiskey Bravo TCAS-RA climbing.
Yeah.
I was told by viewers, and I did go look it up, and I've talked to you, I should not say climbing, and I should not say descending. The reason for that is I've been told, and maybe you can verify this from ATC, is when I say climbing or descending, even though I'm telling you I'm climbing and descending, it may be mistook for an instruction to other aircraft, is what I've been told, and is why you shouldn't say climbing or descending.
I could see either way.
Okay. I'm sure it doesn't bother you. When you hear TCAS-RA, like you said, you shut up.
I mean, that also kind of clues us into what you're doing.
Yeah. But what I've learned in my research, and I know you research a lot of stuff, is if you do say climbing or descending, the other guy getting the RA might take that as an instruction coming from you, and that's not a good thing. No. Have you ever had one?
Have I had one? First day radar training, I had a commuter climbing out, and a little Malibu, wasn't talking to anybody, the spiral climbing up.
Okay, 410 for now after 400.
And he basically
climbed
right into
traffic.
it. Yeah. They missed by 0.19 and 100 feet. Like, it was close.
Oh, wow. And you said that was your first day of training?
First day training. So I learned how close airplanes can get, and I never want to have that situation again. But yeah, that commuter responded to an RA.
Well, I think we've just hammered just about everything we can talk about at TCAS-RAs. Again, look at this video. This is what caused the TCAS-RA with us. I personally, I love when people draw things in the air. I think it's really cool, but be mindful of the airports you're flying around and check the arrival corridors and check the ILS corridors and the RNAV corridors before you go flying across one of them and cause something like this. I appreciate you joining me on this little flight and this video and talking about the TCAS-RA, and hopefully it, well, what I say about your channel to everybody that asks me about is you're demystifying.
Bravo, clear direct to Charleston.
Clear direct Charleston, 2 Bravo.
You know, I'm not sure if you had that. Clear to Wilmington via direct Charleston and then destination.
Hey, Charlie Hotel Sierra, then destination. Is that right? 2 Bravo.
2 Bravo, affirmative. And you can call us back now, 132.42. Yeah.
3242 Charleston direct. We'll see you at 2 Bravo. Thanks.
All right, so again, thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking about TCAS-RAs, and like I said, you've got a great Instagram, TikTok, YouTube channel, demystifying air traffic control. Hit them up, PropHatCat, and thanks for flying with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
4339 Jackson Center.